Perfect. So today I'm brewing a Siphon brewer. It is a piece of brewing equipment developed by a German chemist in the late 1800s. How it works is we first heat up the water. The water comes out of my back tap here at about about 190 degrees, and we have to heat it back up to boil at about 212. So once it boils, what's going to happen is I'm going to create an airtight seal right here, and that's going to force the liquid water up into the tube. As the water evaporates, it just pushes down on the liquid water, forces it into the upper chamber. At that point, we're going to be brewing our coffee. And once it's done, I shut the light off, and that causes the water vapor in the top of the chamber to suddenly condense, which creates a vacuum, which will suck the coffee back down into the filter. It's really cool. It's super theatrical brewing method, a lot of fun. So in the meantime, we're just waiting for the coffee to heat up. It usually doesn't take too long, about 2 to 3 minutes for it to heat up. I'm creating that seal. Almost immediately we're going to see steam and water starting to rise into the top chamber. So the water is just a little too hot now for proper brewing. At a boil, it will scorch the coffee, so this allows some of the heat to escape. Plus it looks really cool. So as soon as the coffee hits the water, I'm going to start my timer. The objective here is to get all of the grounds saturated as quickly as possible. And so this is called the bloom stage of brewing. It's going to give this a couple of spins to redistribute everything. And this is what's considered its proper brew process. This takes about 45 seconds. And then once it's done, we're going to turn the lamp off, and that starts what's called the drawdown process in coffee parlance, which is just the final separation of the grounds and the coffee itself. If my technique was adequate, we'll start to see a dome of grounds forming here in the top. And then right here at the very end, we'll see a final gasp of bubbles, which is not only the sign that it's done, but it's evidence that it is a vacuum pulling the coffee down, because it not only pulls the coffee down, it pulls all the remaining gases through as well. Looks like that's about it. Perfect. All right, and that is your Siphon brewer start to finish.